Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 448 for comics originally coming out March 28th, 2018, the very last week of March. But before Drew and myself get into what's coming out in your local comic book shops this coming Wednesday, Drew, we got some feedback, and my previews order's sitting here, and we might want to just see what we got coming in the next couple months.
Yeah, that sounds good. Right off the top, I wanted to let you know that we are now on Instagram. If I didn't do that in a previous podcast, we are at Instagram /Comics for Fun and Profit. And we have just got our 150th follower. So thank you, folks who have already followed us on Instagram. So we're on Twitter at /Comics Fun Profit, at Facebook /Comics for Fun and Profit, and Instagram /Comics for Fun and Profit. So I couldn't quite get the long line for Instagram, so we had to shorten it a little bit. And of course, you can always reach us at our email, comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com, for any feedback like this one from Michael Lamb, who says, Drew's dream is manifested to reality. Astro City has been optioned for a television series. But what the hell is Fremantle Media? I'm kind of... Kyle, you can just take a nap here while I'm talking.
Yeah, wake me when this is over.
So I'm excited. I think it could be really fun and a really nice adaptation. I no idea who Fremantle Media is or what their track record is or if this ever gets out of option into reality, but I hope so. I'm excited. Do we think any kind of spec jump will happen for any of the Astro City issues, do you think?
Nope.
Not a bit? Not a movement? Not a needle movement at all?
Too many things have been optioned with nothing happening to them that, especially with no clue who Fremantle Media is, I can't see too many people jumping on.
So if it's not an MCU announcement, nobody cares?
Well, you just look at things like Rat Queens being optioned, Killer Be Killed being optioned, and all the other stuff like that, all the other independent stuff, and, the heat wasn't enough to really justify anything.
Yeah, that's true. James says, Thanos is ending at issue 18. It's not a bad thing. Cates isn't going anywhere, and said to expect something exciting. This book was great with Lemire and only became better with Cates writing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about the great with Lemire part. I will give you that it is great with Cates writing. But what I don't understand is why they take away the things I love. We've got and all the Cates doing Doctor Strange, the best Doctor Strange I've read ever. Let's yank him off that book. Thanos, who knew I would ever read a Thanos book? It's awesome and amazing and spectacular with all the cool stuff with cosmic good. And let's end it. Why? What, we don't want to bump up against the movie opening or something? I don't know. Makes no sense. I guess I should just give up on trying to figure out the rhyme or reason behind Marvel's decisions. But it bums me out. And but yeah, I'm excited for whatever Cates does next because he's really proven here that when it comes to Marvel stuff, he has a really good ear and a really good voice for the characters, and they really work. So I'm psyched for the next thing.
So that means you're on for Venom #1 then.
Yeah,
well, but more about that later.
Yeah, I am going to check that out. Although not my favorite character, but Thanos was not even on my radar. So if he writes it, I will come, I guess. So there you go. Our beloved previews catalog, those of you who read it in print form or online, is changing. I think we may have mentioned it before. That Boom and Dynamite have been elevated to premier publisher status, and that DC is going to do an insert along the same lines as the Marvel insert. So we got a sneak peek at this. with the online catalog being released, and the online catalog has Boom and Dynamite in the Premier Publisher section in alphabetical order. So they're first. Boom's first. Dynamite's after Dark Horse. And so definitely elevated into it. When you look at the order form for the month, it does not have Boom first. It still has Dark Horse, and it slaps Boom and Dynamite onto the end after Image.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I guess after those two Marvel pages too, that would be in there. So they haven't quite, at least in this first go round, it's not in the same. They're not using the same alphabetical order that they were using, for the Premier publishers up to this point. So that doesn't mean that in May, when DC has been removed, that the print catalog won't reflect those changes that are on the online catalog. So what all this means, and it may mean nothing to anyone but me, but I mean, I think getting Boom being first in the catalog can either help sales or have no effect on sales. I don't think sales will be adversely effective unless you think with DC's catalog being pulled out along with Marvel, that the DC fanboys and Marvel zombies will just have those books to peruse and will never even crack open the previews.
It's very possible.
Which is very possible. And so that's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is now the big two are out of the way, so these other comic companies can shine in the front half, and their sales and interest in their titles will be increased. Do you lean one way or the other on what you think will happen?
Well, it hasn't helped Dark Horse, so I'm not holding out hope that it's going to, really stir the pot much for Dynamite. I've been liking a bunch of Boom stuff, so I'm curious to see what they do with the extra space. If they're smart, they're going to use this opportunity to grab as many new creators and start throwing out good new books. But if they don't, and it's the same old, I'm going to flip through it just as fast as I flip through Dark Horse and IDW.
Okay, yeah, but you're one like me that reads previews cover to cover,
front to back.
And so, do you read the Marvel's insert first, or do you save it till after you're done with your big previews? I
usually do the Marvel first.
I do too. So I will probably continue to do that, and now add DC's.
I would do DC first, then Marvel, then Big Book,
and then Big Book from cover to cover. And they're also going to go to the flip book situation where right now I think it's just like the first couple of pages are flipped, but that there's going to be a whole section that's flipped that'll have that the toys and stuff in it.
I hate that. I screw it up every time.
So yeah, I always grab the wrong side. So I'm curious how that goes. I'm assuming that the print didn't reflect alpha order only because it was too close to publication, and they had already been laying the catalog out ahead of time. That's my guess, and I guess I'll find out in the May edition whether I'm right or not. Mm-hmm. And if Boom and Dynamite are still stuck at the end of those pages after the little Marvel 2 pages, then we'll know they didn't quite get the full Premier Publisher status, and they're kind of semi-Premier, I guess. It may not make a hill of beans difference, but it's interesting to me that they've elevated them out. And now I guess Titan and Valiant and who else has a big presence back there that can start making a case?
Aftershock.
Aftershock really does.
Oni
really does. You're right.
Aspen.
Action Lab and Aspen, they sometimes have some significant pages back there.
Very much brightly collared, at least.
Yeah. Boundless.
Yeah, let's get them lookers and them jungle fantasies as close to the front as possible.
Yeah, so I can see a case being made for some of those other guys to come out. I don't know what the line is. I don't know what the criteria is to be elevated. It doesn't seem to be from what we see in the sales, it doesn't seem to be like a percentage point because they're all around 1% of sales, 1 to 2. Nobody's really doing gangbusters in that group. So, is it significant number of offerings, consistently released on time and without delay? Maybe I don't know. So I'd be curious as to what the criteria was to elevate those two publishers out, and if they actually become full-fledged members of the group.
Somebody greased somebody's palm.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. We have some sad news in comics retailing. Meltdown Comics is closing in Los Angeles. That is Chris Hardwick's comic shop, and also a comedy club that's been around for 25 years, I guess. I think he came in at the last minute with the Nerdist money. But that's kind of been a staple in that area, and that's sad that is closing. I'm curious. I don't know. I don't really know why, except could be any number of reasons. But it's sad when a long-time shop closes. But we also have, on the flip side, we have good news from a comics retailer, and this is from the desk of Incredicow. Our good friends at Cowabunga have said on their Facebook page, as some of you know, we've been teasing big news for a few weeks, and we've grown over the last several years. We've noticed that both the store and our customers have needs that have outgrown our current location. Today, we're excited to announce that we'll be moving a half-mile down the street into a building previously occupied by Fresh and Green Market, staying on Wisconsin Avenue and close to downtown Economowoc. Why this location? Our new building will be 3 times larger than our current one, allowing for massively expanded inventory. We'll be expanding our event seating by over 100%, meaning we'll be able to host large events. But more importantly, run multiple events at the same time. Here's our most convenient new addition to Cowabunga. We finally have our own parking lot.
Hey!
Yeah. We'll begin our move slowly in the beginning of April and ramp up towards the end of the month. At this time, we're only planning to be closed for 3 days, from the 29th through May 1st, with a soft open at the new location on Wednesday the 2nd, just in time for New Comic Book Day and our grand reopening on Saturday, May 5th, which is Free Comic Book Day. Thanks to everyone who has helped build Cowabunga to what it is. We're truly appreciative of all our customers and can't wait to show you what we have in store for the future. So stay tuned to their Facebook page for more news and updates as they get closer to the launch. And they'll have a lot of more great announcements coming over the next month. As they move into their new home, their new and improved, bigger home. So we're excited for those guys. They did a great job with a small space, really maximizing the potential of that shop. And I think James and Eric are going to have a ball with all that space and all the potential of making that a real destination shop up there in Wisconsin. So we're excited for them.
Very cool.
Hey, just under the wire, we're getting ready to turn our previews order form in to our good friends at Cowabunga here. So we thought we'd go over some of our picks. Kyle, you want to lead this? You've got yours all filled out already.
Before we start, a quick question to you. Did you watch the Deadpool 2 trailer?
The one where he plays with the action figures halfway through?
No, there was a new one that came out just 2 days ago.
No, I go on media blackout after I see the first one.
Well, do you want me to talk? I kind of had some time when that trailer came out, and I tried to do some research into who we saw and what we saw because we get the words X-Force mentioned. So I didn't know if we just wanted for me to share a couple things I figured out.
Go ahead.
So this is just kind of a little guide for if you have a shop that has dollar books, look for these books. So X-Force 116 is the first appearance of Zeitgeist, who it appears will be in the new Deadpool film. New Mutants 99 is the first appearance of Shatterstar, who it appears will be in these films. Again, we're not completely sure on some of these things, but from some of the research and some other videos I'm looking, because he mentions the X-Force, we see Domino and all this stuff. We get Bedlam, it looks like, is in this. That's Terry Crews' character. He's playing Bedlam. His first appearance is in Factor X #1. Let's see. In X-Force 82, we get Bedlam's first appearance in the 616. So Bedlam actually first appears in the Age of Apocalypse books outside of the 616, but then he also has a first appearance in the 616 in X-Force 82. So just, these are things that might heat up with this book coming forth, and if some of these characters hit big. We also have things like we can't figure out. There's a purple-haired lady in this that we think might be the character Surge. And her first appearance is in New Mutants Volume 2, Issue 8. And then there's a kid in this that some people think is the character Butterball. And his first appearance is Avengers The Initiative 13. So these are books that a lot of people have a lot running around sometimes. Sometimes these can be found in dollar bins. Yeah. So if you want to strike pretty quick with some of this stuff, these are who we think is going to be in Deadpool 2 and might be there. Also, of course, the New Mutants 100 is the first appearance of the X-Force as a team. That's another one to collect, because I think once this hits X-Force, and we know that Cable, the guy who's playing Cable, has signed on for a 5-picture deal, so we're assuming a couple of X-Force movies, a couple of Deadpool movies, and yada, yada, yada. So, like I said, New Mutants 100, first appearance of X-Force, and then some of these other characters, be it Zeitgeist, Shatterstar, Bedlam, Surge, Butterball, might also be real cheap books to grab while you can and start hoarding for the Deadpool 2 and then the inevitable X-Force #1.
Okay, so let's say you don't have dollar book bins in your local comic shop, but
I'd pay cover.
So you pay cover. You pay up to $2 or $3 for these.
Yep, I'd say might as well. It's just a fun little thing to do. If you can get them for $2, $3.
Now the first X-Force sounds like it's got the most upside. Is that what you think as well?
Yeah, there's 3 printings of New Mutants 100 out there. They can still be found for fairly cheap. Those ones I definitely recommend snagging up, because I think once we get a movie that's titled X-Force, those books will be sought after. Even though I think there's probably a bunch of them. I don't have any numbers, of course, on print runs or anything. Yeah, definitely on that one. And then, like I said, if you think Terry Crews might be a breakout character, of course, you might want to pick up some of these Bedlam books. Or if you think Zeitgeist or Shatterstar, who we see coming down the ramp.
Yeah.
Of course. I skipped Domino because Domino's first appearance is New Mutants 98. There's a lot of scuttlebutt over if that's really the first appearance. But, I mean, if you can afford New Mutants 98, go for it.
Now, does Comic Realm, your database, tell you print runs?
It doesn't as far back as 1991.
It goes
newer
back
stuff
to 91?
It will, but this is 1991 is the New Mutants issue 100, or I'm sorry, New Mutants 100. I do not have the numbers on that one. And we do not have the numbers on New Mutants 98. We have what we think it is, but we don't have any confirmed numbers.
I wonder if Comic-Con tracks that far back. It takes some research, but
it does not.
They don't go back that far either.
Correct.
Because that's before. That was when stuff was returnable.
Yeah,
back in that day,
more stuff on spinner racks and that kind of thing.
Yeah, so that was all. So I think those numbers were super bloated, and a lot of that stuff got ripped and sent back.
Yeah, the earliest I have on Comic-Con is 1995.
So yeah, dig through those bins, man. Find that gold.
That's one of my favorite things about collecting is digging through dollar bins and quarter bins and dime bins and all that stuff we used to do, to just find little first appearances and little things to chipmunk away.
And taking advantage of non-attentive shop owners. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I remember making just bank over those Rocket Raccoon #1s, and we'd put together those
the first Carnage.
first Carnage stuff, you could find those. We put together those little runs of what was it, Kitty Pryde and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Flip those for super cheap, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So just a little something if you were looking at the Deadpool trailer, wondering about these characters. Again, a lot of these can be found. There's a lot of X-Force just sitting everywhere, and maybe you can find some of these just hanging around.
Nice. So you got all that from a 30-second trailer?
It's a long 2-minute trailer, super funny, and then I watched a couple videos on people kind of breaking it down, and then doing some research about who we think these characters are and why we think they're these people, and then I did some Google searching of their first appearances from there and stuff. So,
Wow.
I was home that
Kyle.
day. I happened to have been off that day.
Kyle doing some work. Nice.
I know. So I'm going to go ahead and this is me signing off for the night. All right, Drew. Do you want to start where we always start this time with the previews catalog in Dark Horse? Did you find anything? I noticed some Matt Kent stuff, so I thought I'd pass directly to you right off the bat.
Yeah, this Ether, the Copper Golems.
Now, we've had Ether before.
We've had Ether before, and we've had Matt Kent before at Dark Horse, and it's not always awesome. So, I'm not that excited.
All right. I've got nothing else on Dark Horse. Anything else?
On page 56 is it Blackwood?
Mm-hmm.
Evan Dorkin, Veronica
Yeah, I looked
Fish.
at that. I thought about that.
I don't like the cover much, but I was looking at the interior pages and interior page, and it improved it a lot for me. Mm-hmm. So I am leaning towards that, and I like that combination on creative teams. So Blackwood, number 1, it's a 4-issue miniseries, kind of interesting, and I think worth taking a flyer on a new number 1 for it, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I stopped and paused at that one. 4 issues. The interior art did look good, and I think Evan Dorkin. I've read a couple things that I've been impressive with.
Yeah.
All right, let's head on over to DC, where we've got some confusing things. Some DC Nation. And we've got some books for just a quarter?
Yeah, was that because DC Nation 0 issue was a quarter.
Uh-huh.
And get to it here. So what do you have? You have DC Nation. Is that
page 83.
Yes. DC Nation 0 is a quarter. It's got the first. This is the first Bendis at DC writing a story. You got a Scott Snyder in here, and there's a Tom King in here. You got Clay Mann and Jorge Jimenez on art. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. I mean, it's a quarter. You got to buy a bunch of these.
Now, have you ever seen a 25-cent book with a 1 in 500 variant?
No.
I mean, it would be cost efficient to just be like, cool, I'll buy 500 of them, get my 1 in 500 copy, and just, chuck the other. You're only spending $125.
It's true. That's true.
And if you're able to grab the 1 in 100, 1 in 250, 1 in 500. So these big-time ratios might not be as astronomical as some other ones. Who knows?
We'll check with Eric at Cowabunga to see what that pricing is.
Yeah, just kind of an interesting thing. All right. And, of course, I'm interested in Action Comics Special number 1. We've got writing by Dan Jurgens, Max Landis, and Mark Russell. So I was going to check that out. Granted, it's $5 for a 48-page one-shot, but I was intrigued by it.
And then Superman's doing a special as well, with Tomasi, Gleason, Mark Russell. So Mark Russell's getting pulled into these for some reason. They must have plans for him.
We are grooming him in some ways.
But then we go to Justice League relaunch with Scott Snyder, your boy James Tynion,
You got to
Josh
stop
Williamson,
like that.
and art by Francis Manapul. So the first 2 issues are solicited here. 4. I'm sorry.
I was going to say there's 4 here.
The first 4 issues are solicited. They're all $4 books. It's just a 4-issue miniseries that launches into the new.
Yep. I assume it's just getting to know 4 of your teams.
Oh, that's
your
right.
Cosmic team,
That's right.
Your Bat team, your whatever the Wonder Woman led team is, and then your Flash, Harley, Robin team.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can afford it and you like it, snag these up because it's just neat to probably have the creation of these teams here. $4 a piece times 4 of them. It's hard to think about spec value on this stuff, but I'm going to take a flyer on all 4.
And I will not.
Okay.
Oh no, wait. There was a team. Wasn't there a team that I liked more than the other? I don't know. I've got to think about it some more.
We got Martian Manhunter in the first team. We got Lobo teamed up with Batman in the second team, which is pretty cool. We got Zatanna or whatever with Wonder Woman and Fish Guy and stuff in the third one, and then Damian Wayne, Harley, Cyborg, and Flash. It looks like on 4.
Yep.
Good stuff. Doomsday Clock 5. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, I'm putting together an A and a B run of Doomsday Clock, and
of course, it's every other month now.
So it's that time where we're going to get one solicited, and we won't get one solicited next time. It's really a snail's pace, but in a year or so, we'll get the payoff. We comics people are nothing if not patient.
Doomsday Clock's insanely well written, insanely fun, insanely Watchmen centric. Read them. Just do it.
Or wait for the trade when it's all in one good chunk.
Coming out by man, you're gonna be so far back. Just do it. You want to know this stuff when it comes out.
Yeah.
Harley Loves Joker 1 and 2. Paul Dini writing on these.
No interest.
But he created Harley Quinn.
I don't care.
Okay, just checking. Jeez.
He has no appeal to me. I didn't ever watch the animated series,
which we need to that you need to. Didn't
everybody
somebody send
says
you those?
Yeah, they're still sitting there. I know.
Watch them.
I know.
Jeez.
But I don't have that connection to Paul Dini, so he doesn't move the needle for me. What's this new Challengers thing?
Oh, let's see. From the pages of Dark Knight's Metal, Challengers Mountain has returned to the DC and chosen a new team of explorers. 5 misfit strangers are... I'm bored. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah. It's a Scott Snyder long-form prose novel.
Mm-hmm. Curse of the Brimstone, I stip. Damages, I'm off of. Immortal Man, I don't know anything about. Sideways, I'm out.
Sideways was okay. Terrifics is okay. But I can understand not jumping in on them.
Keep buying Batman 46 and 47 as we get closer to the wedding. If you missed, or if you were in on the Dark Prince Charming, the hardcover One Piece that was out 4 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for the second half of that coming out in June for $13. White Knight is ending on 8. Make sure you get that. That is an awesome cover.
Yeah, I'm still bummed I didn't put together an A and a B run on this. Just did one because I was cheap. Didn't know it was going to be so good.
I know, crazy. Creative team on Nightwing, don't let me down.
Liking Brave and the Bold, Batman and Wonder Woman. That's a good series.
Not too late to jump on that. You can probably still find it and start backpedaling your run.
Liam Sharp art is fantastic. We're still working through the Batman Eternal storyline and through the finale of
Batman Eternal?
Batman Eternal.
Oh, Batman. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Batman Eternal, and that's the last story arc James Tinian's doing for Detective, and then he's hopping off.
That's all for me in DC. IDW is a big old skunk for me. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Urban Legends #1 is just a reprint of the Volume 3 from Image, so no reason.
Wasn't there a new Vertigo or something in here that I was interested in?
It looked like I didn't see anything #1. Oh, dude, the first trailer for that new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hit today as well.
Yeah? They righted the ship?
No, it's horrible.
Oh, it's horrible.
Oh, it's so far off base. And I'm not one of these, you're raping my childhood type of people, but man, it sucks.
They're raping your childhood, aren't they?
Yeah. All right, you on to Image?
Sure.
I mean, again, I couldn't find anything in IDW. I'm not doing anything. Nothing was taking the eye. I didn't feel like grabbing the new My Little Pony.
So, okay, what page are we on?
I am on page 200 to talk about Brian K. Vaughan.
Oh, okay. This is Barrier. This first came out in panelsyndicate.com, where you could read all these for free, or whatever dollar amount or penny amount you wanted to pay for the issues. So I've already read all this, and by read I mean I looked at half of it and said, huh? Because it's half in English and half in Spanish. So I can't read Spanish, so I could only understand half the book. So therefore I was quite confused as to what was going on in this book, and never, although Marcus Martin's art is beautiful and he's a wonderful storyteller, I really couldn't connect with the story much. But with all that being said, I'm buying all of these.
Now, okay, that's being said, but like I can understand when you've got something coming out a few months and you're writing it along the way, and you hit the end and you've got an oversized issue number 5, so you add $1. You've got this already laid out, and you've got an overpriced number 1 and an overpriced number 5 for no reason.
Maybe. I think it's like a special card stock. It's landscape printed and bound. So it's some kind of deluxe packaging. It also, I think there's a free comic book day version of this first issue.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if it's the complete issue or not. I haven't checked into that. But that's weird, right? Because if you can get the free comic book day issue for nothing,
mm-hmm.
you're going to spend $5 on it. But I am, because I'm a BKV-aholic.
Yeah, but I just think you could space the pages out better and make these all the same price. It's just weird when they come out weekly consecutively.
Well, they were released in 5 digital issues. So,
okay, all right, okay.
So they're making 5 print issues, and I don't think they want to lose money on it. A lot of times...
How do you... Wait, they offered it for whatever you want to pay, but all of a sudden we're sticking to our monetary guns here on a print version?
Well, Brian K. Vaughan doesn't need the money, okay?
True story.
He's doing it for, let's see who can read, how many people I can get to read my stuff. That's awesome. And let me team up with my pal Marcos Martin and Munza Vicente, the colorists, and get them exposure, or and show how great they are. But at some point, now Private Eye did well, and I think it made enough money that Marcus was happy with the cut. Perhaps Barrier did not. And Brian K. Vaughan is backing off his I'm never going to put any of this stuff in print to maybe cash in a little bit for his creators. I don't think it's for him, because he got Saga money. So
yeah, no doubt.
I'm thinking he's okay, but that would be my guess, that they're trying to cash in a little bit and monetize this in a different way. And I see they're still offering that Private Eye hardcover, which they said that would never exist as well. So
now available in perpetuity.
Yeah, it's still one I want, and I want that. It is beautiful, and it'll be nice right next to my
and
Saga
people seem
hardcover.
to really love that storyline, because others are cranking the same friggin' storyline out.
Yeah, looking at you, Dugan.
All right, Drew. Talk me off the ledge for Death or Glory #1 by Rick Remender.
Well,
Remender hits with things like Deadly Class and 7 to Eternity, but I don't like $5 first issues.
Yeah, we only have to go back to 7 to Eternity, not that far, when we had a $20, $40, $50, $70, $80 first issue. That's quickly come, it's kind of leveled out since, but we had Spec Heaven on it.
But I don't think we've ever had a $5 overpriced issue 1 do anything. Plus, we got 3 covers here. We've got an oversaturation in the market, too expensive, and it's not a story that necessarily grabbed me. The only thing about this I like is Remender.
Well, I am going to not order cover Bs this time.
No Bengal? Or no, he's the A. Sorry.
I am going to order cover As this time, and I'm ordering multiples, because I'm not going to miss the 7 to Eternity train if it repeats itself. Although Low didn't really do anything, and Black Science really hasn't done anything. So
But Black Science was hot originally, though. I mean, those were quick flip opportunities.
were they?
Yep.
Yeah. What was that
40...
thing he did over at IDW?
Oh crap! I can't remember. I don't know.
Yeah, that little 5-issue thing, that was hot as heck for a while. Good track record, man.
40 pages for $5. What are you doing? Just quit.
48 pages.
No, sorry. It says 40 in the solicit.
Well, the little box says 48. Who knows who's right?
Yeah, it'd probably be 11 pages when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
Flavor One doesn't. I don't know. I'm not. No.
I like the look of it. It's worth checking out for me. I'm gonna definitely sample this one.
Medieval Spawn Witchblade 1 of 4. Will these two?
I don't
people...
like Brian Haberlin.
There you go.
So I'm out on this.
There you go. Where We Live Las Vegas Shooting Benefit Anthology Trade Paperback. $20. It looks pretty cool. A lot of people writing a lot of cool things. Read this message from J.H. Williams III on the right here if you have a previews. So, a good cause. So, I'm not going to talk that one down.
Yeah. I don't know when they started jamming all the trades up front in their solicits, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Should be all comics and trades at the end.
Not a ton I'm really doing a lot with on Image. I'm following Analog for a couple more. Following Crude, I think, for a couple more.
Dry County was really good. If you missed the boat on that was really
I guess first two of those coming.
Yeah.
Stick with third. Infidel 3, if you're still going with that.
It was
Killer
good.
Be Killed is good.
I like that first issue. It was really good.
Yep.
Lazarus is out for now. Oblivion Song, I thought that first issue was great.
There you go.
So this is one that I'm going to continue. I've got to figure out how many I bought of that first one. I think I'm going to keep at least a double run going.
There you go.
Of that for a while.
Of course, I'm staying on Saga. Of course, I'm staying on Walking Dead. Wicked little Carl B cover. Where was there's something else. My Kyle Higgins book I was going to stick with too. I can't remember what that one was. I think we already talked about. I think that was the first one I talked about. But not a very quiet Image week for me.
Oh, by the way, I got to give another shout out to Eric over at Cowabunga. My daughter came home, saw the Bob's Burgers trade, Volume 1, on her nightstand, and was ecstatic. Couldn't believe it existed. Couldn't wait to read it. Was super psyched to check it out. So thanks for the recommendation. It made her day.
Bounce to Marvel before we hit the back half.
Sure. We can go in that order.
Of course, we've talked a lot about the large end variants for these number ones through Cowabunga Comics for Black Panther, Spider-Man, Venom, Avengers, that kind of stuff. A bunch of relaunch on here, so bunches of opportunities to jump in.
And we'll try to tag the end of the episode with the offer again. I don't want to try to read it right now, but we'll try to tag that in just in case you are still interested, because the deadline is going to be the 26th, so Monday, to get your orders into Cowabunga on that. So we'll throw that at the end.
There you go. I'm jumping on Venom. I'm jumping on Avengers. I'm skipping Panther. Actually, no, I'm probably going to grab number 1 of Panther, even though Coach doesn't necessarily grab me with the way he writes. I'm going to give him another shot.
Why are we excited about Avengers? Who's doing it?
Jason Aaron.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's all right.
Yeah. We've heard of him.
Who's he gonna kill off over there?
And of course, Ed McGuinness on art, so can't beat that.
I don't care about any of those Infinity Countdowns.
Although I'm excited for the movie, I do not care about the Infinity Countdowns.
Yeah. What about the Hunt for Wolverine? Do you care about that?
I didn't care much about the Death of Wolverine stuff. I'm not gonna do the countdown. Of course, on Amazing Spider-Man 800, we're huge fans of that That Delata, or which one is it we were huge of? That 1 in 25?
Yeah. Del Auto, yeah.
Yeah, the Delata. That's what I thought.
Now that connecting variant for the that Todd Knox doing, is that worth trying to put together? Those connecting variants, because I mean that's a pretty amazing collection of Marvel characters. Is it worth trying to assemble those?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Despicable Deadpool 300. Iron Man 6, I'm sticking out on that one. And then I got very little in Marvel from that on out.
Yeah.
Kind of a quiet Marvel for me, unfortunately. Moon Knight 195, and you get an alternative cover. You get a Greg Smallwood Deadpool variant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you say you never get variants, you get a Moon Knight variant here.
All right, there you go. I'll have to be a completist nerd.
I highly recommend it. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur gets an anti-smoking issue.
Hey, I remember those back in the day with Spider-Man
yep.
used to do that.
Yep.
X-Men Red gets an annual already. 4 issues in.
5 issues in. Holy crap. Is that just how we're doing one-offs now? We're doing them as an annual?
I don't know. Again, here we go trying to figure out, the comic industry's rhyme or reason for doing things.
But, it's a regular-sized issue, and it's only $4, so they didn't give the oversized gouge. But,
Yeah. They're milking this wedding special thing, aren't they, for X-Men Gold?
Yep. Domino number 2. I'm going to stick with Domino and see how that goes.
So that's really going to take the sales. Is that going to take the sales out of the Bat-Cat wedding? It's going to get in front of it.
I think the Bat will be fine. I'm going to go for that J. Scott Campbell wedding special number 1 because I just like when I can get J. Scott Campbell for cover.
Even though the cover is $5.
Yeah, I know. Did
So,
you read Weapon H1? Did that pop out yet?
Is that Childish Gambino playing Lando?
Yes.
Is that happening in a movie?
Yes, you don't know that he's in Solo?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Donald Glover is playing young Lando.
Oh, that's cool.
In the Solo movie.
So then we're going to give him a...
You really don't watch trailers, do you?
I watched the first ones and say, I will definitely go see that, and I don't ever have to watch another trailer and get things spoiled. Like that Donald Glover's in it. I didn't need to know that. Man, there's a lot of Star Wars comics.
Yeah.
They're using that license, man.
Yeah. You going to stick with Thrawn for a bit? You going to keep reading Thrawn?
Thrawn's great. I mean, I've read 2, but those 2 have been great.
Very cool. All right, thank you, Marvel.
Thank you, Marvel.
Oh, and I tried, but I am lean in the back half. I don't know if it's just the mood I was in the 2 days that I went through this.
You're moody.
But there's not a lot of things that jumped out at me in the back half necessarily this month. A couple things from Aftershock we'll get to. Okay, I'm not Aftershock already. A Walk Through Hell, I'm in. Garth Ennis, $4. And I'm definitely getting the B cover because it's a jet black cover. It will probably not be in perfect condition, but we will see.
Well, you're not going to see it.
No, but I just like them. Shut up.
You have your things.
Absolutely. Yeah, but I'm definitely in for A Walk Through Hell. I'm probably going to get a couple of those. Sticking with Cullen Bunn and the Brothers Cool. Sticking with
Are you?
Her Infernal Descent. Yeah, I've been doing just first 3 on everything Aftershock.
Huh.
Baby Teeth, Donny Cates is going crazy on. Hopefully you read everything Donny Cates released the other day.
I did not.
If not, it will get spoiled for you.
I did.
Read it.
I did not.
Donny Cates went crazy for one day.
Let's see. So on 264 is Run of... What is it called? Run of Thieves Brigands? Where is that?
What?
Oh, Ruin of Thieves. Ruin of Thieves. A Brigand's Story.
Written by Rom V.
Yeah, no. Pass. So yeah, a new Thanos. Yeah, you already said that, right?
Yep.
What's the whole black cover thing?
Yep.
That is look good. I want to get a couple of those. You already blown through Aftershock and I'm behind.
Yep.
Man. Slow down. Sorry.
Has Amigo Comics hit on anything ever?
It has, but it's been a while. Their stuff is small print runs, so there's a scarcity, an above cover scarcity built into them.
Yeah.
So you can usually make a little money, but it's not the $10 profit floor that we like to shoot for.
I was looking at Titan #1. I'll probably take a flyer on one of those. Colleen Douglas writing that.
Yeah. We off the Suicide Forest train from them.
Yeah, I think that was just a time and a place where that one was good. I don't know that we necessarily care about the entirety of it.
Yeah.
I was never in Harbinger Wars 1, so I'm not in for Harbinger Wars 2.
Why is that not in Valiant? Oh, it's just a staff pick.
Is it? Okay. I just saw it pop out to me.
Cross plus 100, Mimic #3. Beautiful. So beautiful. Can't wait. I still haven't read that first one yet.
What?
I know. Gotta get on that. So little coming from Inventar. Used to be, a good half a dozen pages or so.
You sticking with Survival Fetish or Come Into Me from Black Mask?
Yes.
Which
both
we've got
those.
Black Mask putting at least 4 issues of a thing out. Well, they haven't been delivered, but who knows?
Solicited.
Yeah. And then Aria Baki for Dismantlers #1 and Fabian Lillet with We Are the Danger #1.
Yep, both of those.
You doing both those?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't learn my lesson. When it comes to Black Mask, I have a soft spot in my heart for them, and at the very least, sample all the #1s.
So fool me once, shame on me. Fool me 2 or 3 times, I'll keep looking the other way.
For some publishers, yes. Cy Spurrier over at Boom is doing Coda #1. It's a 12 issue.
I'm in.
Cy Spurrier is so up and down. I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a shot. It looks cool. I like
those covers are cool.
Yeah, and Jai Lee. I'm getting the Jai Lee.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that sells. Were you a Fraggle Rock guy?
No.
Yeah, me neither. No nostalgia for Fraggle Rock for me.
If it was a better creative team, or if it was a creative team I knew, perhaps. You were a big fan of Fence.
I like. Let's solicit the collected edition of our previous 5 issues and our newest issue at the same time. We don't need a hiatus break, a trade break that takes 3 months. Let's just keep going. I like that. Good job, Boom. And Fence people. C.S. Pacat.
Boundless, 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 boundless. Moving on. You'll have to truncate silence on this issue, this episode.
Yeah. You know what truncate silence does when there's a little bit of noise in the background?
Doesn't
work.
All right. Red Sonja Tarzan. Gail Simone's writing that one. We have another Jai Lee cover on those. So he's doing all kinds of work.
Boundless is spending the money on ads.
I'm gonna wait for you to catch up to me and Dynamite, but I don't think I'm doing Sherlock Holmes either. Final art will be color.
You already said Red Sonja. You're skipping it.
Correct.
Sherlock Holmes, which you don't care about. Yeah, I mean, Dynamite's. It was a Dynamite book that Rick Remender did, not IDW book, and I still can't remember it.
Still not closer to the answer.
I'm closer, though. I'm closer than I was.
Like I said, I was getting skunked in the back half this month, unfortunately. I ran out of Post-its, so oops.
You're done. You are done. You're checked out.
Mm-hmm. And normally this is where I make some hay, but like I said, nothing was jumping off the page to me really this month.
No Titan hard case crime.
No Attack on Titan, no hard case crime, no none of that.
Nothing in Zenoscope launching.
Lion Forge had weird stuff that didn't catch me at all.
Yeah, what are they doing? They took a pivot.
Yeah, they really have.
These are all trades, OGNs.
Yep.
Or just weird.
Yep.
Huh.
Like I said, I was just the stuff that nothing was jumping to me.
Oni, trade, Pizzasaurus Rex. What are we doing here? Come on.
Now from Omnimorphic Inc. or whatever, we have Alien Toilet Monster #1.
Is that a Stabbity Bunny situation?
Perhaps.
Now, I did read Stabbity Bunny, and did you read it?
Yes. Just issue 1.
I liked the little poetic rhythm that it had to it. That was nice, and I didn't feel it was stupid.
I didn't hate it.
I did not hate it. Yeah, hats off for Stabbity Bunny. Yeah. On issue 5. Who knew?
I did.
Dark Souls. That's another volume of Dark Souls. That's got to be like 3rd or 4th, right?
Correct. 2nd volume. I think they've only done 2.
Oh. We don't care about Warhammer. 2021 Lost Children. Bad title, but is it worth checking out? Stephanie Bet Better. Or Stefan. I don't know. Escape from New York meets the X-Men. It's an interesting look. I would say 2021 Lost Children #1 is worth checking out. In Detroit has seceded from the United States. Citizens are under the control of a madman. Kind of cool.
Now we got more Matt Kent back here in Valiant.
Yeah.
But it's Harbinger War stuff, so I don't think
he does that.
But man, Valiant paying for the fold out.
Event checklist, the Harbinger Wars 2 checklist, which I will not be reading. Wake me up when they bring Archer and Armstrong back. Andy Diggle makes an appearance. Shadow Man.
Like I said, nothing else for me.
Yeah. I missed Zenoscope. No, where's Zenoscope? There it is. Jasmine Crown of Kings cheesecake. Grim cheesecake. Of course he did Zenoscope. Yeah, I think you're right. Little weak.
Yeah.
And this is March for May release.
Yep.
Interesting.
Marvel will probably dominate this month.
Yeah, I think that's pretty safe to say.
Anything else you'd like to feature from the previews, good sir?
No.
All right. Do we want to go ahead and hit into our sneak peek?
Yeah.
We just wanted to give you guys a little sneak peek at what we think of the previews. So if you're ordering ahead of time, putting in that order a couple months at a time, if there's anything that rises to the top or we feel interested, we wanted to make sure we shared that to you. Unfortunately, this was a little bit more of a boring month for me and Drew as well. Again, a lot of our craze was coming from the Marvel relaunch and some of the deep variants and the big numbers from them was kind of where our focus was, unfortunately. So not too many secrets from the back half, but we hope some of our crawling through was interesting to you, and maybe you picked up a couple things that we thought kind of cool. So from that, we're going to head over to previewsworld.com. We're going to click New Releases, scroll to March 28th, 2018. I'm going to click Table View because I can't do Gallery. And now, according to previews.com, we're going to start where we always start, Drew. In Boom?
I know. What's that? We're mixing it up. Isn't that cool?
Yeah. No, I had a cadence. It's dead now.
You're going to have to retire that, man.
We get Adventure Time. Of course, Adventure Time, a big thing, but it's an $8 book, so I'm off.
I've been reading Abbott. It's Saladin Ahmed who does Black Bolt really well, and I really like Black Bolt. And then this is his creator-owned, which would be unfettered, no editorial control. You'd think it'd be better, but it's not. It's really not very good. And
Womp womp.
And I'm trying to stick with it. It's only 5 issues, but I don't know. It's really kind of not good.
There you go.
Which happens from time to time.
Lumberjanes, Rugrats, WWE. All right, let's head on over and see what we got from Dark Horse.
Hungry Ghosts?
Witcher 3, Hungry Ghosts.
Yeah, that's pleasant surprise. At least the first issue was. I haven't read issue 2 yet.
Anthony Bourdain, that's right.
Yeah. Fun little stories.
There you go. All right, let's head on over now to DC.
That is a Josh Middleton B cover for Batgirl. I really like his style. It's nice. I'm getting quite a list of artists who I'm chasing down their covers, which is dumb. I'm chasing down the covers for these guys of books I don't really read that much. I mean, Batgirl I do read occasionally, so it's not too bad. But some of them I'm like, yes, give me that Titans, and I don't read Titans.
Dark Knight's Metal 6. We are winding down the Dark Knight's Metal.
Is there an Omega issue?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Do we get a Jim Lee cover if we can?
Yes, that's an awesome looking cover.
Jim Lee doing the Batman Who Laughs. And Detective Chimp on the same cover.
I don't see Batman Who Laughs.
Who's the guy on... Who's the twisted looking Batman?
Just a twisted looking Batman. Batman Who Laughs is a different looking dude.
Oh, that's right. He's got the
metal over his face.
The plate, yeah.
Yeah. Detective 977. Flash 43. Oh, that's some Gorilla Grodd on the cover there.
Doomsday Clock 4.
Did you do Motherlands?
No.
Okay, so it's Cy Spurrier.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
I think I sampled it. Is that the first issue or... No, it's third issue. Yeah, I sampled it and didn't like it.
Now, Drew, you're going to have to head to your LCS this Wednesday. You know why?
Why?
Teen Titans number 18, cover B.
Because it's who?
Joel Jones.
What? Well, guess what?
What?
My LCS down
Doesn't do
here,
cover Bs.
they don't do cover Bs. Even though they're independently
Eric.
orderable, they don't do them. So I can't get that.
Eric.
Eric. And Teen Titans. How did we not? How did we miss this?
My spidey sense doesn't tingle as much as yours does.
It's not her best work.
No. And you're also, while you're at it, might as well add a Trinity 20 cover B, because that is some of Sinkovich's best work.
That is kind of nice and murky. He loves the murk.
Murk and the mire. While you're at it, go ahead and add Wonder Woman 43, because that is Jenny Frizen's top dollar. That's good. She good. I like this gold she's putting in there. All right, I've done as much as I can with cover Bs.
And nothing else of note besides, who knows what's happening in Doomsday Clock. I kind of forgot what I was reading, so I'll check that out. But
and all you people that like Francisco Mata, Justice League of America 27B cover was pretty cool too. All right, let's head on down to
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
You're getting the curveballs today, man.
I know, my
You
goodness.
think you think you're zigging and you're zagging.
I know. Let's see what this cosplayer looks like on Sheena. Not too shabby.
Yeah.
No, you're not doing Battlestar Galactica versus Battlestar Galactica.
No, nope.
All right, Dynamite. We're happy to see you. It's been real. Moving on.
Yeah.
DW.
That was pretty slight. Premier publisher. Wasn't much there.
Here's not to bury the lead, sir, but Star Wars Adventures number 8.
Yes.
This has our
Otis.
Got our backup.
Otis, yeah.
Yeah.
Otis is doing the backup Jawa's story, and so this is the one I think we're excited about.
Yep.
I think it's 8. Yeah,
I think it's 8 too, but it doesn't say anything on it. I think they should have solicited off that.
yeah. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, we're going heavy on.
It might be like 2 pages. It might only be 2 pages. I don't know how long it is or anything. So,
but it should be fun.
I have multiple copies coming.
There you go. Anything else?
No.
TMNT doesn't look like they're doing anything too crazy for issue 80. You still doing Weird Love? Did you do Weird Love? No, you didn't do Weird Love.
No, I did Some Other Love.
No, okay. Let's head on down to Image. Beef number 2.
Yep, excited about that.
Matt Hawkins and Brian Hill writing Cyber Force number 1 with a Mark Silvestri cover.
I was never a Cyber Force person.
Me either.
Days of Hate, good. Hack/Resurrection's good.
Really cool Dustin Nguyen Hit Girl cover C.
Yeah, I like his style.
Saga 50. Buy your regulars, buy your virgins. Just good stuff.
What is that cover?
Huh?
It's not. I thought it was a Virgin wraparound. Nope.
No, it's not a wraparound, but it's just showing you front.
Yeah, that's sweet.
And Void Trip ends as quietly as it began.
I don't even remember what that was about. Oh yeah, the druggy siphoning the gas and hippies. Yeah, terrible.
Yep. Let's head on down to Marvel.
Is that third printing? Because it's black and white, isn't it? No. Nope, I'm confusing it with something else. Do we have any? Do we care about a third printing? No.
Daredevil 600 Legacy cover. Oversized anniversary issue. Charles Soule.
Overpriced.
Cage. Overpriced.
Don't care.
But I see from the cover, Moon Knight looks like he's in it.
What?
Yeah.
Well, there he is.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'll get it.
Marvel 2-in-1 number 3 second print.
I think this is the last Invincible Iron Man by Bendis. I think. Not 100% sure. No. I would think they would say that. I think this is the last Jessica Jones by Bendis.
Good old Lockjaw number 2.
And they're actually handing Jessica Jones off to another creative team. Can you believe that?
I believe this is when you throw things at the wall and see if things stick.
I mean,
David Mack, I am not impressed with your cover. Oy.
but Gaydos and Bendis on Jessica Jones is the only way it should exist. Why bother? Why are you even trying? I don't even think I'm going to try the new team. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Yep. Good looking Moon Knight.
Jason Burrows, right?
Yep.
Been a slow moving arc for Landis, or not Landis, Bemis.
Uh-huh.
He needs to pick up the pace. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not real impressed with these $1 covers either, necessarily.
I am enjoying Peter Zdarsky's Peter Parker. Kind of like got some time traveling stuff going on, and it's pretty fun.
Huh. Very cool. All right, let's head on down to our smaller publishers, which is no longer our Booms and our Dynamites. It's just our Black Masks, our Onis, our Lion Forges, our Aftershocks.
True.
Battle Cats number 1 and 2.
I read this first issue of Illicit Fall from Titan, and it's really weird, incredibly strange, but the art is just amazing. So if you're an art person, check that out.
By Helge Volt.
Yeah, I guess. I'll trust you on that.
Yeah.
Do we need to pick up Bloodborne 2?
Yeah, that second print's pretty cool. You probably won't get as much for it, but might as well.
So
People
pick up both the
covers.
second printing and the second issue?
Second issue will be a smaller print run, but probably not as hot. I think you can skip the second issue unless you want it for reading.
So you think it's better to get the second printing of the first issue than the second issue?
Yes.
And that was a lightning fast flip, by the way, that first issue.
Yes. Factory number 1 by Yasin El Ghori.
Did you already talk about Breathless?
Oh, yeah.
Did you skip Breathless?
I skipped Breathless. I clicked it, but then started talking with you about other things.
Oh, okay. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer if the villains were Big Pharma. So it's written by Patrick Shand with art by Renzo Rodriguez. It's another Black Mass number 1. So we keep our fingers crossed that there's a 2 or a 3. And might be worth checking out. No, but what were you saying before I rudely interrupted you? Factory?
Yeah.
You're talking about Factory?
Yeah.
And? You getting it?
Titan? No, I'm skipping it. Mad Max meets Fallout is, that sounds neat, but no.
You don't want no more dystopian futures for you?
Yeah, it looks a little too far-flung. Cover B looks cool, though.
Who's texting you at 12:15 at night that your side piece?
Oh, that's my other phone. No, it's just an alert.
What do we think about Peekaboo from Zenoscope by Joe Bersha, Ralph Tedesco, and Victoria Rao? I mean, look,
I think it's from Zenoscope.
It's a twisted-looking cover, though, right?
Sure.
Do you like scary books at all?
No.
Not really?
Nope.
Walking Dead about as scary as you get?
Yep. And, I surprisingly liked Nailbiter and surprisingly liked a few things with...
Yeah.
With...
Outcast is kind of
Baby
spooky.
Teeth. Yep. Outcast, absolutely. Maybe I do like them.
Yeah. We got
Shadow Man from Valiant by Andy Diggle. Is that going to be anything?
I don't think so. Pussycats, End of Everything. I'm guessing Pussycats is, I think it's an existing property or 2.
Yes, it is.
And this is just yet another in a series.
Stabbity Bunny 3. Keep buying Stabbity Bunny.
No. Really?
Number 2 went to a second print.
Well, we're
Number
not
one-
getting Bloodborne 2, but we're getting Stabity Bunny 3.
Correct. Any other questions?
I need to know why. What's the difference?
Smaller print run. I mean, I'm not telling you not to get Bloodborne, or the number 2, but I'm just saying of the 2 that we were talking about, I like the second print better.
That's not what you said. Roll back the tape.
I'd get the second print.
As another Comics Tribe Sync number 5, there seems to be a little delay on that one. Some of those earlier issues did pretty well.
That's all from me, sir.
Okay.
Drew, this is the point of the podcast where I ask you for your pick of the week. What are you going to go back to? Make sure you go to your LCSs. Make sure you go in the door and pick up, because you found yourself a book, sir, that's going to be worth more the next day than it is on day one.
Saga 50, cover B, virgin cover.
Very nice.
I mean, you should probably get an A too, but if I can only pick one, I'll take the virgin over the cover A. So it's 50. I think something crazy is going to happen. I think people are going to want to get it because everybody that aborted the trade is going to be like, oh, what's going on? I got to check that out. And it'll be too late. And then I'll have them all, and I'll say, ha, ha, ha. $20.
Ha, ha, ha. Yeah. I am going to say,
With such confidence.
yeah, I mean, nothing real. There was a few cool things. I mean, I'll go with that Bloodborne cover B, or Bloodborne second print.
Second print.
I think
If you said issue 2, I was gonna punch you through the Skype channel.
Yeah, I said go back in, grab Bloodborne, grab that sketch cover. If you still have another cover A from the original one, package those two together and fire them off. I think you can make some good money off those.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Anything else, Drew?
Yeah. Real quick, let me reiterate that the deals. So we've got the deadline is the 26th for Cowabunga's variant deals through Comics for Fun and Profit. Now for Amazing Spider-Man 800, we're talking about the beautiful 1 in 25 Del Auto. That's $70. That's everybody's going crazy for, and it's lovely. You can get a 1 in 200 Del Auto version for $400, a 1 in 500 Ross version for $500, a 1 in 500 remastered for $500, and a 1 in 1000 remastered for in black and white for $1,000. We also, because of the overwhelming popularity of the Del Auto, they're going back to the well. We're going to offer Black Panther #1 as a 1 in 25 In-Hyuk Lee, a 1 in 50 Koi Pell, or 1 in 100 Art Germ Virgin. The Lee is 20, the Koi Pell is 50, and the Art Germ is 125. We're going to do Venom #1 as a 1 in 25 for $20. That's by Rivera. A 1 in 50 by Campbell. Kyle is licking his chops about. That's for 80. A 1 in 100 Stegman Virgin for 85. A 1 in 500 McFarlane remastered for 500, and a 1 in 1000 McFarlane remastered black and white for 1,000. Avengers #1, we're doing a 1 in 50 Esat Ribic for $50. A 1 in 100 McGinnis Virgin for 100. For Avengers #2, we're doing a 1 in 25 Marquez for $20, and a 1 in 100 McGinnis for $75. And any of those that you buy, 1 in 20s, the 1 in 25s, all the way up to the 1 in 1000, they all get you a free cover A reader copy, so you never have to crack your precious out of the case. So if any of those sound great to you, and they should, they're well below anywhere you can find them online. You want to either shoot the guys at Cowabunga a message, you can give them a phone call, 262-569-9999. You can email them, orders@cowabungacomics.com, and that's Cowabunga with a K. Or you can find them on Facebook, and it's /Incredicow, cow with a C. And just tell them Drew and Kyle from Comics for Fun and Profit sent you, and they'll know exactly how to hook you up. And you can, if you have trouble with any of that and you want to send us an email or contact us, we'll get in touch with Eric too. We've done that many, many times now because of all the support you've given us. So last chance, last weekend to do that. Really, I think by noon on the 26th, they're going to want to put that order to bed. So if you've been thinking about it, mulling it over, and you want any of those fancy ones, give them a call, because they might be able to get some of the lower run stuff, like the 1 in 25, a little later, but they're not going to be able to get any of the big ones if you don't order them by this weekend. I would say not. That's all I had.
I'm sorry I fell asleep. No, I'm kidding. All right, Drew, I want to thank you guys for listening to Comics in Front and Profit. Thank you for following around with Drew and myself as we came and went through comics originally releasing March 28th, 2018. I want to thank you once again. So for Drew and for myself, see ya.